Yeah, this is probably what LB will look like when he goes to Dubai. Hello Grape family. We are back again with another weekly update video. And like every time, I have some very interesting stuff to talk about. So, without wasting any further time, let's just dive straight into this video. The first thing that we are going to take a look at is the price of a grape. Grape has been trading sideways for quite some time now, and it's trading at $0.06. Yes, I know you all are very excited about the recent wine pump. We will get to that, but first we need to talk about Grape. Now, one of the team members, Nikki, put out a recent announcement which states certain things. Currently in Vinium, XGrip only has an LTV of 50%, which means you are able to borrow 50% of the value of XGrip. Here's the good news. The more XGrip is minted, the thicker the grape meme pool becomes. Yes, that is what Nikki wrote. And the thicker the grape meme pool becomes, the safer XGrip becomes as a collateral asset. LB has stated that he will allow an increase in LTV if there is a sufficient increase in XGrip. So what does this exactly mean? Well, this means that if or once we reach PEG, XGrip can have an LTV of higher than 50%. So let's say XGrip has an LTV of 70%. That means that once we reach PEG, you will be able to borrow 70% of the value of XGrip. So imagine that you have grape, you pair it with mint XGrip, and then immediately use it as collateral to get back 50 to 70% of the stables you put up in XGrip. This will require a community effort. That is all for Grape. Yeah, I know that was long.
That's what she said.
Let's now move on to the wine shares that has seen a recent pump. From the low of $2, wine right now is sitting at $5.08 and is up 32% in the last 24 hours. Wine is up a total of 150% from the bottom of $2. That smells like profits to me. But don't sell all of your wines right now. Grape Finance has some pretty big goals, therefore there are chances that wine may go to the Mars. That is all for both of these tokens. Let us now take a look at the NFT collection by Grape Finance. The first one is going to be the Winery Collection NFTs. The Winery NFT collection from the previous week has saw a floor price increase of 0.3 AVX. In the previous week, the floor price was sitting at 1 AVX and right now it's sitting at 1.3 AVX. Not an significant increase in the floor price, but hey, an increase is an increase, I guess. The volume on these NFTs is low right now, but that is given since the Winery Collection NFT holders aren't receiving any airdrops. But hopefully that should change soon. Alright, let's move on to the second NFT collection by Grape Finance, that is the Vintners. The floor price of the Vintners NFT collection is 0.59 AVX. This is the lowest the Vintners have been. This downtrend in the floor price of the Vintners might be a result of an increase in listing counts. In the beginning, In the previous week, the Vintners floor price was sitting close to 1 AVX, but right now it's sitting at 0.59 AVX. And just like the Winery NFT collection, the trading volume here too seems a bit low as of right now. That is all for the NFT collections. Let us now move back to homepage for a few minutes to take a look at the prices. This week, the contract balance in the wine press has increased from 6,900 in the previous week to right now at 7,487 Vinium LP tokens. This might be a result of people running from the vineyard.
Why are you running?
And withdrawing their funds to deposit in the wine press or the other presses. If I'm not mistaken, wine press has currently locked more than 40% of the Vinium liquidity. My prediction is that wine press and the other presses will see an increase in contract balance for a few weeks coming, as a result of the vineyard not printing any wine because the emissions have ended. So, if you have funds in the vineyard, use those funds into the presses. That is all for the wine press. Let us now move on to the second press, that is the grape soda press. In the previous week, the contract balance in the soda press was sitting at 96,000 Grape XGrip LP tokens. And in this week, the contract balance is sitting at 94,300 Grape XGrip LP tokens. So that is a decrease of almost 1700 Grape XGrip LP tokens. Remember, you can use your XGrip token as collateral in Vinium. Moving on, let's take a look at the final press, that is the Solera press. This week, the Solera press saw an increase of 200,000 S vintages token. And right now the contract balance is sitting at 3 million S vintages token compared to the previous week of 2.8 million S vintages token. The value of these tokens is $6,000. That is all for all of the presses. Comment down your predictions on what will the contract balances of all of the presses will look like in a week from now. That is all for the Grape Finance. Moving on, let us now talk about what was discussed in the previous AMA, and like every time we will start off with Vinium. A good news for both Grape and Vinium enthusiasts, Vinium is going to go cross-chain on Optimism. That has been now confirmed by LB. But first on the list is Arbitrum. LB has shaken hands with the guys over at Arbitrum.
They're straight off course, and we're fairly certain they're in guerrilla hands.
So why don't you use the regular army? What do you need us for?
Because some damn fool accused you of being the best. Dylan!
You son of a bitch!
By shaking hands, I mean that the guys over at Arbitrum have put us in touch with some people that will hopefully bring some liquidity to Vinium Finance. So that is the first on the list. The second would be adding LPs that are highly liquid that can be leveraged. So leverage pools are coming soon. So hopefully you did not forget about the leverage pools. They are coming soon. Let us now talk about the Vinium native token, that is Vini. Vini will be the main incentive token for the platform. As you all know, in DeFi you need incentive to provide liquidity. If there is no benefit to provide liquidity, then what's the point of providing liquidity in the first place? Therefore, it will also be a reward token for the liquidity providers. Lastly, like Wine token, Vini token will also have revenue sharing from Vinium Finance. Now, how much revenue Vini will receive or how much revenue Wine will receive has not been decided yet, but my guess would be a 50-50 split or a 60-40 split. And lastly, UI updates will come as Vinium Finance grows. That is all for Vinium. Let us now talk about everyone's favorite game, that is the Winemaker. So the first and the most important thing first, someone from the community, or maybe I think it was Saint, anyways, asked that AVEX is going big on gaming. What can we do to put Winemaker game on their radar? To this, LB answered that the best thing to do is update the game and make it actually fun to interact with. As it stands, we are already in touch with Eva Labs. They are there when or if we need them. Nikki gave a nice suggestion that, who knows, maybe Winemaker will integrate Unreal 5 engine. That will be fun for sure. And lastly, the adjustments to recalibrate price to mint resin will happen soon. I guess LB just doesn't have enough hands right now. So anyways, let's go back to the Grape Finance app to discuss nodes. As we all know, the nodes will be migrated in the press either at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. So will there be any incentive for the migration for node holders? Well, the thing is, we are dealing with limited resources in the nodes already. It will be quite difficult to give extra amount because guess what? Where will it come from? I mean, we can't just print money out of thin air.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
So there will be no incentive for migration. Anyways, LB has said that our aim is to move the nodes into the soda press. Lastly, will the investors have an option to exit out of the nodes? The answer is yes, but hear me out first. If you exit now, you will get a fraction of what you put into the nodes. And of course, you will not get back 300%. You will only get your initial deposit. So exiting out of the nodes will not be an intelligent decision in my opinion. But you guys are free to do whatever you want. After the migration in the soda press, what you can do is claim some of the rewards and then use the XGrip from those rewards in the Vinium as collateral. That is all for the nodes. In another news, as you all know that we are friends with guys over at Dex Finance. So a community member asked, will we reconnect with them? As in, will Grape Finance use the vaults of Dex Finance? You see, the thing is, the vaults over at Dex Finance are essentially auto compounders on steroids. But the problem is that our emissions have already ended, which means we don't have a token to reward that can be sold to auto compound. But there's still some good news. Dex Finance has something called ETF, which can be brought over to Grape. Of course, nothing is set to the stone yet, so don't get too optimistic. That is all for the updates as well as the AMA recaps. Before ending this video, would you like to hear something interesting? Well, LB is going to go Dubai to party. I'm joking. LB is going to go Dubai, not for partying, but to attend conferences. Yeah, this is probably what LB will look like when he goes to Dubai. Anyways, that is all for the updates as well as the AMA recaps. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to Grape Finance and leave a like. Thank you for watching and see you in the next AMA recap.